Did you know that 100 out of 100 people are suffering with subscriber phobia? So if you hit the subscribe button, you're cured! Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's Averageteadrinker here and we are back with a banger of a video. It's another 24 Freehold but with the Fire Nova and Elemental Blast build. It's really quite fun, just started playing it in keys with lots of AoE, give it a go. Quick shout out to the people who helped with the poll I put out to see whether or not you wanted a Freehold with the new Tips and Tricks format I've been using. You can probably guess what they voted after clicking on the video. I'll show my talents at the start and my stats, and I will link my talents in the description. Enjoy the pump and I'll see you in the video.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Right, I am going to pre-apologise. I am still getting over this cold. Annoying, but is what it is. But I'm here to give you the tips and tricks you guys deserve. So, first off, there's only really one mob you need to watch out for up until the first boss, which is the Enforcer. He's going to do a AoE cast, which is going to do a lot of damage called Shattering Bellow. That's how you pronounce it. It is physical, so you can use Stone Skin Totem to help lessen the damage on your party. Another one he does is a frontal, so unless you don't want to be pimp slapped into next week, I suggest you dodge this, not speaking from experience of course. And then one last note, before the first boss there's going to be 2 enforcers in the pull, so always save a defensive because they're going to do back-to-back AoE casts on you, so unless you have an external you probably will die. So yeah, just save your defensive for that pack.
Frontal. Frontal.
Right, so for Captain Orc Sparrows, a pretty straightforward fight. The most dangerous part I think is the first 30%, because whilst he's on the parrot, he does a pistol shot on random party members and it hurts a lot. What I tend to do is as soon as the first shot goes out, I press AG and just do my burst, and normally it helps the healer kind of get a few extra heals out on the person who's been shot. If you personally get shot and you go below 50%, you need to use a defensive, because if the healer doesn't get you in time and you get shot again, you will just die. So just be mindful, if it takes you below 50%, use a defensive. If not, you could health pot, or you can see if the healer tops you. But other than that, it's just blast the boss down, kill the parrot and the orc.
Bait. Hit.
Bam!
Dodge. Bait. 3.
Right, in these packs, there's 3
Dodge.
important casts you need to watch out for. First off is the rat catcher, where he will put down a trap
Dodge.
underneath each party member's feet.
Move.
If you get caught in this, it will leave a really
Dodge.
nasty dot. You can spirit walk it off as like a
Dodge.
get out of jail free card, but it's just best to avoid them. The next
Trap.
cast is the duelist dash, where if you get caught in between him and his dash, you'll get stunned and damaged. Avoid that.
Move.
The next really important one is Sea Sprout. It makes like a knock up underneath your feet on each party member. Most of the time it's just going to kill you, so
Dodge.
also avoid that one. Just
Dodge.
avoid everything.
Trap. Move. Trap.
Right, there's a mob coming up called the Brine Scaler. He's going to do 2 different
Trap.
casts, and they both need to be interrupted as best as you can. One is a water bolt,
Dodge.
so just rotate kicks on that, and then the second one is Frost Blast, and it does a massive frontal.
3.
It does an insane amount of damage, so just make sure you always kick that one.
Trap. Dodge. Out. Trap.
There's going to be 4 important things you need to watch out for here. First off is the Buccaneers. They're going to cast Going Bananas, which is an AoE around them, and it hurts. Don't stand on it. Next is the Fixate the Scrappers do, where they become Mike Tyson and start throwing 1 to 2 punches, and they'll just knock you out. You can knock them up and stop the cast of Fixate, but it will not work if you let them finish the cast and then try and knock them up afterwards. So pre-CC them. Next is the Ground Slam from the big ugly troll dudes. You just need to run out as soon as possible.
Fixate.
Right, and now the next mob is going to throw a spanner in the works, and they're called the Harpooner. Hence, they harpoon you on top of them. So basically all the abilities you didn't want to be in, you now may end up in due to this mob. So you can stop the Going Bananas cast to kind of help if this does happen, because it can be CC'd. And then you just have to pray to RNGesus that you don't get unlucky and Harpooner pulls you in on the Ground Slam, because that can't be interrupted. So for Irontide Council, there's a few things to watch out for. I'd use defensives when she casts pistol shot on you. Eudora will also cast a keg at a random party member, which needs to be DPS down. Monks and paladins can Tiger's Lust, Freedom, get off the target. If you get caught in the location where the keg was cast, you will take it instead of them, as it happens to me later on in the video. The guy who throws beer all the time, he's going to throw 2 which are buffs and 1 which is a debuff. The buff ones are crit and haste. The other one is a nasty dart, which is a massive green swirly, so just avoid that one. And then when Eudora jumps away from you, run to the left hand side because she's going to do her shotgun blast from right to left. So if you run right, you're just going to get caught, and then if you try to run back left, you're just going to get hit by every single one. Outside of that, just pump the bosses down and win.
Avoid. Out. 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 Dodge. Bloodlust.
I hate enhancement bursts sometimes for aggro. I just want a pub.
Out. Dodge. 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 Avoid. Avoid.
Right, looking back through the footage, I think the death is from ricocheting throw, because quite a few of us were stacked, but then no one else took damage. And then I know that one of them does like a ground slam, but it didn't show the cast, so it could have potentially been that. If you know what it is, let me know, but yeah, those are my thoughts. Right, so for Unicorn and his pet sharks, pretty bad fight for Enhancement. We don't have the extended range, so we can't do anything in Shark Tornado DPS wise because we don't have extendo arms. So we just have to use ranged abilities, refresh your Flame Shark, Frost Shark, use your spenders if you have some stocked up. Outside of that, defensively, save it for if you get in a tough spot with the sharks, or what I normally do is if I get a bleed, just use a defensive. With his sharks, he will charge in a line towards them, so always aim yourself kind of behind him or maneuvered in a way so you're not in the line of him charging, because it does a lot of damage. Outside of that, just blast him, kill him. So for the packs after the bridge, there's 4 new things you need to watch out for. There is the Stormcallers, they're going to cast Lightning Bolt and Thunder Squall. Both of them need to be kicked, but especially Thunder Squall. It's going to do a massive AoE damage on everyone, so just CC them. The Buccaneers are going to cast a Blade Barrage, which is a frontal on the tank, so don't stand on the tank. The Ravagers and the Officer are going to cast Painful Motivation, which will increase their damage done to everyone around them, and also increase their damage taken. So for this pack, you can let that cast go off because you can kill the pack faster. But
Move. Out.
for the pack before the last boss, there's also an enforcer. So to me, I would just kick Painful Motivation because I've had many a wipe with the enforcer getting buffed and killing everyone. So just kick that cast, and then you
Move
also
up.
need to deal with the Thunder Squall cast in the last pack.
Buff. Move. Buff. AoE. Buff. Frontal. Out.
The two deaths you've seen are just down to bolstering the tank not being able to take that amount of damage.
Frontal.
Right, so for Captain Harlan from the Premier League, his first phase he will do a tornado tank frontal in one direction. He will spawn an ad you need to be wary of. I have the hunter in this party to CC it, because that'll be done throughout the fight. He will also do a bomb barrage on a random party member, so if it's on you, you can stutter step slowly. You don't need to run like Usain Bolt. Just slowly move out of the ones you previously placed and you'll be fine. You can still hit the boss.
Add.
And then he will do a physical dot on a random party member, so you can either use a defensive or you can use Stone Skin Tome, or both. Second phase, instead of the frontal on the tank, it's now all around all. So it's going to be multiple tornadoes, dodge them. Ads will still be spawned throughout the fight, so make sure it's CC'd. And then everyone will get the bomb barrage, so just make sure you're not cutting people off. Make sure where you're running to you have space, and outside of that it's just blast the boss. And then in the last phase, if you know you're getting CDs up around 30% when he phases, save them and then you can just absolutely murder him.
Bloodlust. Dodge. Move. Out. Add. Dodge. Move.
We are coming towards the end here. Sad, I know. But I do really enjoy playing Divine over Elemental Blast build. It's definitely been like a change of pace from the standard Elementalist build. But I do only tend to play it in heavy AoE dungeons, because you lose quite a bit of single target. I reckon though that on that first pull, I would have for sure hit a million DPS. But I couldn't see because I had it on overall. Feels bad. I do hope the tips were tipping. As you can see, we did make 3200 finally, so almost to 3300. In my next video, I'll be doing Older Man when I finally get some footage. It's not been going well, but I do hope you enjoyed the video and have a good rest of your day. Peace. 100 out of 100 people suffer with subscribophobia every single day. If you want to help yourself and them, please press the button and call 111 sub 111. Thank you for listening today.